Okay.
Thanks, Bill. We always talk of burnout, stress, and addiction amongst ourselves, but what about for the people who take care of us? What are the signs for those in the medical profession, and where can they go for help? Dr. Clark Gaither of the North Carolina Physicians Health Program, a nonprofit that has helped over 3,000 people over the past 29 years across the state, joins us in the studio to talk about the signs of burnout for doctors. Dr. Gaither, great to have you with us.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks to WRAL for shedding some light on what I feel is an important topic.
So how common is this issue of physician burnout?
Burnout is very common in healthcare. In fact, the rates are extremely high and they're rising. Burnout rates in some specialties approach 70%. And in one recent study, over 50% of the physicians surveyed reported at least some signs or symptoms of burnout. So it's a big problem.
So what are some of the top causes of burnout for doctors?
There are 6 major causes. See if any of these sound familiar. The first is work overload, lack of control, insufficient reward, breakdown of community, absence of fairness, and conflicting values. The degree to which those are negatively impacted in the workplace reflects the degree of burnout in the workplace or in the individual.
And this is such a concerning issue because it can take a toll on the physician's health, and it could sometimes even lead to death.
Unfortunately, yes. A lot of times when physicians burn out, in an attempt to make themselves feel better, they will act out, sometimes with drugs or alcohol or maladaptive behaviors. If they already have depression, it can worsen. And of course, the worst way they act out is with suicide. Suicide rates among physicians is generally higher than in the general population, so it's something that needs a lot more attention.
So how can physicians recognize when they are approaching burnout?
There are 3 hallmarks or principal symptoms of burnout. The first is emotional exhaustion. That's where the provider feels like they can no longer give of themselves on an emotional or psychological level to the patient. The second is the depersonalization or the development of cynicism. And that's when physicians begin to detach from the patient. And the last one is a lack of a sense of personal accomplishment. They come to feel that what they do no longer is of any value to themselves or to the patient or both.
So if they recognize that they're feeling burnout, then what next? What needs to change?
They really need to seek help or guidance from a professional. You know, healthcare providers are great at taking care of us when we're sick and we need them. They're not often as great of taking care of themselves when they need it or recognizing that they need help.
It's like the oxygen mask theory on the plane. You got to take care of yourself before you can help others. That includes physicians. If you know of anyone who needs help, or if you yourself, contact the North Carolina Physicians Health Program at the number on your screen, 919-870-4480, or go to ncphp.org. Dr. Gaither, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bill, back to you.